orientation at Quality Carriers was great, but local work is not a joke. It is not for the weak. Let's talk about it. All right, everybody, we're just going to get straight into it. Let's talk about my experience at Quality Carriers orientation and the training. We're just going to combine two videos into one because, to be honest with you, the orientation process was pretty boring. Not going to lie. It was pretty much strictly classroom work. I am a part of the dry bulk division at Quality Carriers, so orientation was only classroom work. However, if you decide to go to Quality Carriers for the liquid chemicals, expect to do classroom training and hands-on training, and there's going to be a much greater emphasis for the hands-on training. I'll actually link a video in the description box down below. There is a content creator by the name of Boss Player Bird that made a video describing his experience at Quality Carriers and their liquid side. All they do every day for orientation is go outside and simulate unloading those chemical trailers, which is actually nice compared to Schneider Bulk. At Schneider Bulk, you only get 2 days of hands-on training, and then after that, your only other experience of doing the hands-on training is either with your training engineer or during SQTs. If they still do SQTs, I don't even think they do that anymore because they changed the training program so much. I'm hearing that it's shorter now, and there's much more of the emphasis to get you on the road, more so than it used to be. But I digress. This video is not about Schneider. This video is about Quality Carriers. So here are some things that you go over during orientation if you're interested. The classroom training itself is more tailored towards people who are in the chemical division, but they did tell us that they want the dry bulk drivers to at least be knowledgeable of what the chemical side is all about. So what you learn is basically the different types of chemical trailers. You have the MC307, MC407 trailers. You learn hazmat, EODT training. Now for the dry bulk side, you don't need your hazmat endorsement. However, if you do want to get it, they will help you. They will reimburse you because it's not cheap to get your hazmat endorsement by yourself. Just throwing that out there. In addition to all that, you learned about the DOT regulations, FMCSA regulations, OSHA requirements. You watch a bunch of safety videos. You do a bunch of quizzes. It's pretty much straightforward. I mean, it's just, you know, sitting through 6 hours of classroom material, going through 200 PowerPoint slides. You do get breaks throughout the day, but yeah, it's not very fun at all, but you do get paid $250 a day for orientation, which is nice. Compare that to other companies, like you probably get like $700 a week, $100 a day. No, Quality has stepped it up. You get $250 a day for 5 days, so that's $1250 a week for orientation. Just going to class, you know, sitting through, you know, some boring PowerPoint slides, learning about the safety requirements. And I'm not saying that, you know, it wasn't useless information. The material was useful. Of course it was. It was, you know, very informative. Pretty much a refresher of what I got when I was at Schneider. But yeah, you just gotta sit through it. But it gets interesting after that. It's only 4 days. It's usually 5 days, but because it was just me and some other person in the class, you got through it in 4 days. They paid us for the 5th day. This week, I just completed my 5 days with training, and I'm actually training the next 2 days next week. I have to learn how to unload this other material since I'm working on the weekends now. But basically, when you unload the when you unload the dry bulk material at Quality Carriers, I mean, you just have to hook up your hose to the customer's pipe. It's usually just one hose compared to chemicals where you have to hook up 2, 3, 4 hoses before you can actually reach your trailer. But the hoses there are pretty heavy. They're heavier than the 2-inch hoses that I dealt with at Schneider for sure. You don't even have to be very far from the customer's pipe. You can pretty much get away with using a 10 to 20 foot hose. That's pretty much it. And plus our trailers only come with 3 hoses at most. So a lot of times you don't even have to fight with, you know, hooking up multiple hoses, which is a nice thing. So you hook up the hoses, you open up some valves. I don't really know the correct terminology. I'm still learning, you guys. I should also link a video in the description box down below on how to unload a pneumatic trailer, because there's plenty of videos on YouTube on how to unload pneumatic trailers. It's not that difficult compared to chemicals, at least in my opinion. But unloading itself only takes an hour at most. If everything goes well, it should take an hour. And when I say that, I mean like there are no clogs. You don't have to deal with unclogging the hoses. If everything goes well, it should take an hour. Training locally was no joke. I've worked 65 hours this week. Local, I realized that sometimes you may just have a 10-hour reset, then it's straight back to work. And yeah, that was the case pretty much every day this week. The days were long. We had 2 loads a day. Drove 300 to 500 miles a day in a lot of cases. And it is what it is. This is what I signed up for. I knew that it wasn't going to be an easy gig, an easy local gig. You can't make 6 figures in trucking without working your butt off. But yeah, man, when I got home this week, I was drained. It is easy, don't get me wrong. It's just that, you have to really adjust your schedule. And I was used to going to bed whenever I wanted to go to bed at Schneider. And now I find myself going to bed at 6 o'clock in the evening, 5 o'clock in the evening, just to get a good 6 to 8 hours of rest, because we have early start times too. These places that we load, they have certain times that they can only unload, so we have to work around that. Now, the delivery times are usually 24 hours. There are no appointment times. It's all open, but it's just, the shippers, they have different appointment times that you have to adhere to. You do have, certain PPE requirements to adhere to. Of course, you have to wear the hard hat, the safety goggles, the face shield, but there is no chemical suit because you don't deal with hazmat material. However, they do require that you wear long sleeve shirts and pants, because although the material is not necessarily hazmat, it does cause chemical burns when it mixes with sweat. So just be careful with that. So that's why they emphasize the need to wear long sleeve shirts and pants. And I know a few of you guys in my community tab post wanted to know how much I make, the pay package. Right here where it says bulk driver pay, it says $70,000 annual earning potential for home daily work. Now, this in my opinion should really be the minimum. You can actually make up to 6 figures, but that involves working very hard. Like I said, I was with a trainer and we worked 65 hours this week. He's actually one of the top income earners in the dry bulk division at Quality Carriers. So if you want to make 6 figures at Quality Carriers, you have to be able to willingly max out your 70-hour clock. That's the beauty of trucking. If you want it badly enough, you can have it, provided that you work for it. Then the $3,000 driver referral bonus program, there is no limit. So if you guys aren't interested in applying to that company, you can definitely email me and I'll send you a Google form for you to fill out, and you can put me as the referral and, help your girl out. I appreciate it. No pressure though. But yeah, definitely email me if you are interested in coming to Quality Carriers, because I really do feel like this is a wonderful opportunity if you are willing to take advantage of it. They have dental, vision, 401k. You can choose between the traditional 401k or the Roth 401k. 50% company match up to 66% of your annual salaries, which is nice. So let me just break it down for you. Let's say if you make $100,000 a year, you contribute 6% of $100,000. That's $6,000. The company matches up to 50%. So the company will give you a free $3,000 just for contributing $6,000 of your salary. So that's $9,000 of money put into your 401k plan. I'm pretty sure they would invest that money into a VOO or a SPY ETF of some sort. And also, I forgot, here are the requirements. These are the requirements right here to work for Quality Carriers. And they do make you take a DOT physical prior to coming in. They make you take your DOT physical and your drug test prior to coming to orientation. They only do urine. They don't do hair follicle, because I know somebody's going to ask that question too. But, oh yeah, and you have to take a 25-mile road test. The road test is easy. You don't have to worry about pre-tripping, post-tripping, coupling, uncoupling, backing. It's just driving on the highway. That's it. But I think that's all I have for you guys today. If I miss anything, I will just put it in the comment section down below for you guys and pin it. If you enjoy videos like this, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. I'm Tage Woods, and I'll see you next time.